charismatic, charming, yet wildly toxic. Dark Triad personalities possess disturbing combinations of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathic lack of empathy. Here are 10 eerie signs someone walking amongst you hides those sinister undercurrents within. 1. Intense charm and seductiveness. Triad folk exude this alluring mystique with their physical attractiveness, confidence, and disarming smoothness, putting you instantly under their hypnotic spell. Their exaggerated flattery and attentive mirroring seem so genuine, they flawlessly manipulate emotional perceptions, tailoring perfect seductive illusions, specifically hooking you. Those initial highs of feeling deeply seen mark love bombing's opening salvo towards inevitable exploitation. 2. Pathological lying and deception. For these magnetic chameleons, lying is as routine as breathing. They hold no allegiance to reality, fabricating outrageous fictions and revisionist histories effortlessly, all in service of projecting impressions garnering them power, status, or resources. People remain in denial for years about being lied to non-stop because their web-spinning talent for plausible deniability is just that potent. Once you peek behind the curtain of make-believe, everything was always a theater of gaslighting falsehoods. 3. Gaslighting and blame shifting. Should their fibs or sketchy behavior ever get confronted, malignant narcissists reflexively deflect, dodge, and project blame to manipulate, recasting themselves the virtuous victim. Their strategic gaslighting plants insidious seeds of doubt about your sanity, memory, or ethics, while their orchestrated word salad spin misdirects outrage, however best preserves retaining domination over the situational narrative. 4. Calculated exploitation and parasitism. Triad personalities view others as objects from which extracting resources. They exude tender intimacy, simply setting up scenarios allowing parasitic feeding on your emotions, time, money, social connections, or whatever provides them gratification and status boosts. If you knew their motivations stemmed solely from meeting their hedonistic needs, you'd never comply. That's why manufacturing artifice reeling you into vulnerability sets their fangs in deeper. 5. Superficial emotional depth. For all their flamboyant, seductive, love-bombing gestures, when expressing deeper longings, fears, or sadnesses, you get the distinct sense their reptilian brains lack empathic capacity, mirroring core layers of your humanity. Their eyes go flat no matter how tear-jerking your vulnerable admissions. Behind the theater masks, they register no actual emotional attunement, just cold curiosity about manipulating better camouflage for their predatory routines. 6. Need for constant stimulation, impulsivity. Chronically bored and understimulated, Dark Triad types frantically seek sensory jolts and adrenaline, hitting that elusive, feel-alive craving. Behind closed doors, their unfulfillable hunger for novel kicks may manifest through reckless spending binges, depravities, addictions, or lawless thrill-seeking. These impulsive cycles burn through social circles rapidly, exploiting connections, then callously flying to greener pastures. 7. Promiscuous infidelity without remorse. In relationships, triad types disturbingly compartmentalize and justify rampant philandering as entitlement rewards for their grandiosity, while disavowing any responsibility for psychological fallout on partners. Their insatiable egos hunger for endless sexual conquests, providing narcissistic supply. Even if publicly they profess sacred relationship values, private actions inevitably betray soulless patterns of compulsive cheating, devoid of remorse. Monogamy stands no chance against their limitless smorgasbord impulses. 8. Criminal antisocial behaviors and lack of conscience. At their darkest, triad personalities display astounding absence of conscience, letting nihilistic urges drive heinous acts most citizens would find utterly reprehensible. A shocking percentage eventually get linked to histories of theft, fraud, violence, sexual deviancy, or other criminalities, and yet can rationalize their transgressions with near psychopathic ease, minimizing any accountability. empathy for victims, or remorse. Ends justify the means. Moral flexibility paves pathways towards perpetrating society's cruelest atrocities. 9. Need for control, bullying others. Anyone who refuses bending to dark triads entitled dominance instantly gets targeted for their campaigns, toppling dissenting challengers. They provoke by needling emotional weak spots, demoralizing soft targets via insults, patronizing verbal taunts, then public humiliation tactics establishing pecking order supremacy. Their compulsive control urge demands holding constant subjugation over all rivals, subordinates, submitting to micromanaging their autonomy. 10. Utter self-obsession and grandiosity. Self-worship is their most glaring red flag. No matter the situation, triad narcissists crave redirecting all attention cycles, endlessly orbiting their godlike self-constructions. Your existence only registering as source material feeding cyclical self-aggrandizement monologues. Activities getting co-opted for endless boasting about personal legends and self-flattering performances. Anything you contribute is immediately perverted back towards ouroboros mythologizing about their superiority. True interpersonal intimacy forever eluding their vacuum-sealed egospheres.